Dark. Misty forest at night. Slow camera movement towards an ancient tree. Beneath the twisted branches of the Silverwood Tree, a curse is born. A love that defies time, and death. Their faces are filled with longing. A young woman and a man standing together, holding hands under the moonlight. Elysia and Viktor, bound by love, separated by fate. Their souls destined to forever return to the same tragic end. A shadowy figure appears, watching them from the shadows, his expression full of jealousy. But not all love is pure. For Aldrich, a man consumed by power, will stop at nothing to claim what he believes is his. Quick flashes of death and sorrow. Elysia falls under the Silverwood Tree. Viktor is stabbed, and the tree's branches seem to move as if alive. But can it also set them free? But will the love of yesterday be enough to break the curse of the Silverwood Tree? Death, rebirth, and a never-ending cycle of heartbreak. The Silverwood Tree holds the key to their torment. Modern day. A descendant stands before the Silverwood Tree, a mix of curiosity and fear in his eyes. A love that defies time, death, and fate itself. A descendant of the past stumbles upon the cursed tree. Dramatic shot of the tree glowing, roots twisting in the darkness. Elysia and Viktor's faces flash, filled with both love and pain. Subscribe now for the full story of tragedy, love, and rebirth. The Curse of Silverwood Tree, supernatural, romantic tragedy, historical fiction. A small fog-covered European village in the heart of an ancient forest, where the Silverwood Tree stands as both a sanctuary and a curse. The village has a history of mysterious deaths and lost souls, centered around the powerful tree that binds the fates of those who come into contact with it. The story spans multiple timelines, from the medieval period to the present day, weaving together lives, deaths, and rebirths. Elysia, a beautiful, kind-hearted young woman from a noble family. She is the main protagonist whose tragic fate begins the curse. Elysia's forbidden love with Viktor leads to her downfall, and her suicide under the Silverwood Tree condemns her to eternal suffering. Though she claims she wants to protect Elysia, her actions often lead to the tragic separation of the lovers. His jealous rage leads to the death of Viktor and Elysia's subsequent suicide. It is feared by the villagers, who view it as both a shrine and a symbol of death. The tree's roots run deep, connecting the lives of the characters across lifetimes. He is reborn in every cycle, still haunting Elysia and Viktor's reincarnations. Viktor, a passionate and noble man, deeply in love with Elysia. Despite his deep affection for her, he is unable to save her from the tragic forces around them. His spirit, like Elysia's, is bound to the Silverwood Tree. But his fate is to wander the earth, reincarnated without memory of past lives. Talia, Elysia's younger, envious sister. Talia harbors a secret love for Viktor, and her jealousy drives her to sabotage her sister's relationship with him. Lucian's research into his family as past leads him to uncover the secrets of the tree and the tragic love story tied to it. Aldrich, Elysia's cruel and obsessive, who is determined to claim her for himself. The Silverwood Tree, an ancient, hauntingly beautiful tree that binds the spirits of Elysia and Viktor. Lucian, a modern-day character, a descendant of one of the original lovers who discovers the curse of the Silverwood Tree. Lucian's research into his family's past leads him to uncover the secrets of the tree and the tragic love story tied to it. Act 1. Forbidden Love and Tragic Betrayal. The Village's History. The story begins with a prologue detailing the village's past, how the Silverwood Tree was planted centuries ago, and the eerie legends that have haunted the villagers for generations. The tree is said to be a place of power, where deep emotions like love and betrayal are permanently imprinted in the earth. They meet in secret beneath the Silverwood Tree, where their forbidden love blossoms. The tree becomes their sacred meeting place, and their bond grows stronger with each passing day. Elysia and Viktor's secret romance. In the medieval period, Elysia, betrothed to the ambitious Aldrich, falls deeply in love with Viktor, a commoner. Thalia's jealousy and manipulation. Thalia, unable to hide her feelings for Viktor, becomes consumed with jealousy. She tells Aldrich of the affair, hoping to manipulate him into ending Elysia's relationship with Viktor. Talia's manipulation sets the stage for the destruction of her sister's happiness. Aldrich's rage. Aldrich, overwhelmed with jealousy, confronts Viktor in the forest and kills him. Elysia witnesses the murder and, unable to bear the loss of her lover, takes her own life beneath the Silverwood Tree, cursing herself and Viktor to an eternity of pain. Act 2. The curse is born, the Silverwood Tree's power. The death of Elysia and Viktor seals their fates, and their souls are bound to the Silverwood Tree. Elysia becomes the spirit of the tree, unable to move on to the afterlife due to her suicide. Viktor's soul is trapped as well, forced to wander in a cycle of rebirth without ever remembering his past lives. The first cycle of rebirth. 200 years later, the curse continues in a new form. Elysia and Viktor are reborn in new bodies, their memories hidden away by the forces of the curse. He begins to uncover disturbing truths about his ancestors and the tragic love story that links them to the tree. As Lucian delves deeper into the mystery, strange things begin to happen. Visions, dreams, and unexplainable occurrences tied to the tree. Aldrich is reincarnated as well, now with a new name and a new life, but his dark soul still yearns to control Elysia. Thalia is also reborn, continuing her destructive role in their lives. The resurfacing of the curse. Lucian, a historian and descendant of one of the original lovers, starts researching the old legends of the Silverwood Tree. Act 3. A new life, a new love, Elysia and Viktor's reincarnations. Elysia and Viktor, in their new lives, are drawn to each other once again, even though they don't remember their past lives. Their love feels familiar, and they slowly begin to rediscover the pull of the Silverwood Tree. However, the forces of Aldrich and Thalia are once again in play, preventing them from being together. The struggles of the past, jealousy, betrayal, and love are reflected in the present as the couple fights against the same forces that have kept them apart for centuries. Lucian's discovery. As Lucian begins to understand his connection to the curse, he unearths a crucial part of the story: how the curse could potentially be broken if Elysia and Viktor can find each other and love each other freely without interference from Aldrich or Thalia. Lucian becomes obsessed with finding a way to break the curse and free their souls. The conflict between love and fate. The story begins to intertwine the past and present as Lucian's investigation intersects with the lives of Elysia and Viktor's reincarnations. Act 4. The final confrontation, breaking the curse. The climax of the story centers around the Silverwood Tree and the final confrontation between the reincarnations of Elysia, Viktor, Aldrich, and Thalia. Lucian must choose between saving the past and letting it go. Elysia and Viktor must decide whether to embrace their love or sacrifice themselves to free their souls from the eternal curse. The ultimate sacrifice. The curse can only be broken through a great sacrifice, and one of the lovers must be willing to let go of their love to save the other. The Silverwood Tree becomes a place of final decisions, where the characters face their past, their emotions, and their fates. The resolution. Whether the curse is truly broken or merely suspended is left to the interpretation of the reader. Elysia and Viktor's love is either freed or they are forced into an eternal cycle once again. But their souls are forever intertwined with the Silverwood Tree. Themes of memory, rebirth, and fate. Elysia and Viktor's memories of their past lives are slowly awakened, but this creates a sense of identity crisis. Who are they in this lifetime? Are they their past selves, or do they have the power to change their fates? The theme of memory also connects with the Silverwood Tree, which holds the emotional residue of the past, giving the characters both a sense of continuity and an emotional burden. Free will. The curse suggests that fate is an inescapable force, but the character's journey is one of attempting to break free from it.
Right.
The central question of the story is whether they can ever escape the cycle of love and death. Do they have control over their own destinies? Or are they simply playing out a preordained script? The ultimate resolution of the curse will offer some insight into the nature of fate and free will. Cycle of rebirth. One of the central themes is the idea that some destinies cannot be avoided, no matter how many times they are lived. The reincarnations of Elysia and Viktor are not just physical rebirths, they are emotional rebirths as well. It's the same mistakes, betrayals, and loves resurface in every life. It's creating an inescapable loop that seems both inevitable and tragic. However, by breaking free from their own emotional patterns, they may be able to break the curse. Memory and identity. The story explores how memory shapes identity. Fate versus